If you're looking for a job in project management, but you have no experience, keep watching.
Patrick, say that again.
That again.
Greetings, good day, and welcome. For those of you who are new here, I'm Deanna. On this channel, we talk about all things project management, nonprofit management, grants, and development. Okay, so picture this. You've been scrolling through job boards, just minding your business, and you see tons of project management roles popping up everywhere. However, those same roles are asking you to have 5+ years of experience. And you're sitting there like, cool, but how am I supposed to gain that experience if nobody will hire me without it? Been there, lived there. And here's the good news. You can actually get into project management without the formal experience, without the PMP certification, without having been someone's official project manager before. When I started, I did not have any of the traditional boxes checked either. What I did have was real life experience managing people, solving problems, organizing chaos, and getting done, whether it was called project management or not. And that is exactly what helped me land my first PM role. So today I'm breaking down the exact steps that you can take in order to land your first PM role without any formal experience. These are the steps that I've actually used, the things that are working in today's hiring market, and ways to make your background stand out so you don't get lost in the sea of apply now buttons. You feel me? We're talking about understanding the industry, crafting a resume that works for you, building your skill set before anyone hires you, networking in a way that leads to opportunities, and most importantly, landing the role. Grab your coffee, your notebook, whatever it is that you need, because we're about to take all those "I can't do it because I don't have the experience" excuses and throw them right in the trash right now, okay?
Okay.
Let's start with the lay of the land, because understanding how project management works today makes it 10 times easier to position yourself for the role. Before we even touch your resume or send out any applications, you got to understand the game that you're playing. If you don't know the field, then you're not going to be able to position yourself for it. First and foremost, project management is not just a corporate buzzword. It's literally the backbone of getting anything done in any industry that you can think of. Tech, nonprofits, healthcare, marketing, finance, construction, all of them have projects. All of them need people who can manage those projects. And because this role is so universal, the opportunities are definitely out there. But here's the catch. Demand is high, but that also means competition is just as high. And because so many people are interested, the job descriptions can feel impossible. It's like they looking for a superhero who got all the certifications and knows how to use every single software, and that you've been managing budgets and people since birth. But here's what's actually changing. Companies are starting to value skills over titles. Remote work, agile methodologies, faster deadlines, all of that has really made employers realize that they need someone who can communicate very well, who can adapt fast, who's able to organize chaos and keep people on track. That, my friend, is where you can step in even without project manager on your resume. As I've said time and time again, before I had the official project manager title, I was already doing the work of a project manager, managing timelines, coordinating with different teams, leading various initiatives. And I'm willing to bet if you look closely, you're already doing some version of project management too. Maybe you've coordinated an event, launched a product, managed a fundraising campaign, or even just kept your team on track at your current job. The beauty of all this, if you can frame your experience the right way, and don't worry, we're going to get into that, you can walk into an interview without that imposter feeling and think, yeah, I've been doing the work, I just haven't been paid for it yet. Keyword, yet. As promised, now that you know the lay of the land, let's talk about the real magic trick. Taking what you've already done and translating that into project management language. Even if your titles have nothing to do with project management. Here's the thing that a lot of people get wrong. They look at a job description and they see project manager and they think, well, I've never had the title, so I can't apply. Let me stop you right there. Project management is not about the title, it's about the function. The key is translating your current or past experience into PM language. For example, maybe you've coordinated multiple vendors for an event. That instead is stakeholder engagement. If you set deadlines, tracked deliverables, and followed up with people, that right there is called time management. If when things went left and you were the one that was solving those problems, that's called risk management. Even if you did those things in spaces like retail or customer service, they still count. It's just about reframing them in a way that aligns better with the job description. When I updated my own resume for PM roles, I ain't lie.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
I just told the truth in a way that highlighted the skills that they were looking for. For example, and I'm gonna read this verbatim, instead of saying I helped with events, I wrote managed multiple step project timelines for organized wide events, coordinating cross-functional teams, and ensuring all deliverables met quality standards. Do you see the difference, right? One sounds like casual talk and the other one sounds like, wow, she knows what she's doing. She's done this job before. She knows what she's talking about. So a little homework for you. I want you to take your last 3 to 4 roles and list out the major things that you did. Then match each one to a common project management skill. If you're not exactly sure what PM skills you should focus on, grab a couple of PM job descriptions and notice the pattern in their language. Those keywords that they use in, that's your new vocabulary. By the time you're done, you'll see that you are way more qualified than you thought. So your resume is shaping up, but what if you feel like your skill set isn't where it needs to be? The good news is you don't need permission to start building it. Now, let's be real, because y'all know I'm always going to keep it a hundo with y'all. You can land a PM role with transferable skills alone, but if you want to stand out, you've got to show that you're actively learning and leveling up. And no, this does not mean that you need to drop thousands of dollars right now to get certifications. In fact, you are talking to a project manager who currently does not have her PMP certification. But what I did do was learn enough tools and methods to hold my own during an interview. Here's how you can do the same. Number 1, learn the tools. Most PM roles will use tools like Monday.com, Jira, ClickUp, Asana, or Trello. Pick one, get the free version, and start organizing your personal life with it. If you can talk through how you've actually used the tool, you're already ahead of people who have only seen it in passing. Second, take the time to understand methodologies. Agile, waterfall, Scrum. You don't have to be an expert, but knowing the basics and when each is used can really impress a hiring manager. Get on YouTube, get you a free trial with LinkedIn Learning, or even put down $15 to Udemy to cover a course so you can learn some more. But FYI, if you haven't watched my Is Project Management Still a Good Career in 2025 video, I talk about how Agile is the way to go. Just saying. Lastly, number 3, practice on real projects. Making some time to volunteer can really set the stone for you to becoming a project manager. Maybe you can help a friend with a launch that they're doing or a product that they're working on. Maybe you can help a nonprofit put together their fundraiser, or maybe the community that you reside in is having a local event. Whatever the potential project is, treat it like you are its official project manager. Track tasks, set deadlines, and keep things moving along. The reason why this works, employers want to see that you can actually do the work, not just talk about it. If you can say, I've actually run a project with Asana and Agile principles, they're going to see you as a problem solver, not a risk. So now you've started building those skills and experiences, but here's the thing. You can have all the skills in the world, but still get stuck if nobody knows that you exist. That is where networking comes in. Quick little reality check. Applying online without building relationships is like yelling into the void. Can it work? Sure. Will it take forever? Most likely. If you want a project manager role faster, especially without any direct experience, you need to start connecting with the people who can hire you or give you insider information on what a company is really looking for. But, and I cannot stress this enough, this is not about going on LinkedIn and sending "can you get me a job" messages to random people. That is the quickest way to get ignored and potentially blocked. Instead, I want you to do this. First, start with your existing network. Friends, old co-workers, classmates, church members, anyone who has already seen your work ethic. Reach out to them, let them know that you're trying to transition into PM work, and ask them if there's anybody that they can connect you to. Second, be visible online. Be active with posting about the skills that you're learning and developing, the volunteer projects that you're doing, or the project management tools that you're exploring. You don't have to be an influencer, you just have to be consistent. Lastly, number 3, engage with companies that you want to work for. Follow them on LinkedIn, comment on their posts, and I don't mean just nice posts. Be real about it, be authentic. And when you decide to apply, you'll already be a familiar name. Find people who are currently project managers at the companies you want to work for. You can send a short, cute little message like, "Hi, insert name. I'm transitioning into project management from your background, and I've been really inspired by your career path at company. If you're open to it, I'd love to hear what skills or experiences helped you break in." Now notice, it's no begging, there's no resume dump, it's just curiosity. That is how you start relationships and start building out your network. Once you've built some relationships and people start passing your name along, that's when you'll start getting some interviews. And that is when self-doubt usually tries to creep in, especially if you've never had the official title of project manager. So let's fix that. Here's the good news though. Interviews are not just about being the most experienced. They're honestly about showing that you're the lowest risk choice for the role. That means 1, I need you to know your stories. Have 3 to 5 examples ready that highlight skills like organizing, leadership, problem solving, and adaptability. Make sure to use the STAR method so you don't ramble. Second, show that you speak the language. Even if you learned it from a free course, make sure to drop in the right terms at the right moments. Say things like, "I approached it like a mini agile project," or "I made sure to get the stakeholder to buy in early." You feel me? And lastly, number 3, bring receipts. If you've created a dashboard, a project plan, or a tracking sheet, take the time to print it out or bring it on a tablet, iPad, whatever it is that you have. Being able to show your work makes it real. And if they ask about your lack of project management job titles, I want you to say something like, "While I haven't held the formal title of project manager, my work has consistently involved coordinating cross-functional teams, managing timelines, and ensuring deliverables meet expectations. The same core skills required in this role." You own your experience. You don't apologize for it. Okay?
Okay.
So now you crushed the interview, you got the call back, and now you're being presented with an actual offer. This is usually the part that people rush through. Taking the time to slow down and grab the wall at this part can make a huge difference in your long-term growth. When you get the job offer, I do not want you to just immediately say yes. Take a step back and make sure that the role actually sets you up for growth. There are a few things that I want you to look for. I want you to look for things like support from leadership to keep building your skills, a variety of projects so you're not stuck doing just one repetitive task, and a team environment where you're not the only one who understands project management. And please take a little bit of time to negotiate. Even if it's just for a little bit more money or even just for a day or 2 more of PTO, negotiating shows confidence and professionalism. And that's it. from zero experience to landing your first project management role. The path is certainly not magic, but it is doable when you take it step by step. So let's do a quick little recap. Learn the field and understand how PMs work across industries. Rewrite your resume to reflect transferable skills and real impact. Build your skill set with free tools and platforms. Network like it's a part of the job, because it is, and prep for interviews like the opportunity is already yours. Breaking into project management without experience is 100% possible if you know how to position yourself, build skills, and make connections. You are not unqualified. You just need to speak the right language, show real world examples, and get in front of the right people. You don't need years of experience. You need strategy and confidence and consistency. Oh, would you look at that? You made it to the end of this video, so thanks for watching.
Sometimes goodbyes are a bitch.
T-shirt idea. Goodbye stink.
If you're in the middle of this journey right now, drop a comment. Tell me where you're at. What's your biggest obstacle? What are the things that you're still trying to figure out? I want to hear it. Please let me know. If you're curious about how I got here, check out my How I Became a Project Manager with No Experience video, linked in the description below. As I always say, a lot of my videos are inspired by you guys, so if anybody has any questions or topics that you would like me to dive deeper into, leave all of that in the comments as well. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, bye y'all.